Welcome back, one and all, to the Mind's Eye Theater. I genuinely hope that everyone is safe. It's been a little crazy out with everything going on. I'm sure you've heard the news, but regardless, Lycans and gentlemen, children of the night, nocturnals, night terrors, and all things that go bump in the night, welcome to your monthly treatment of shock therapy. The doctor will see you now. Consider us your night watchman for this evening's festivities here at the Mind's Eye Theater. We invite you to violate curfew with us for this graveyard shift. Show me your woes, my fellow sleepwalkers, and I'll cure all that ails you. I am your horror host Inkarnate for this sold-out show. Joining me tonight, the dearly departed Tramadom. Tramadom, talk to the people.
Dude, I am eager to be here for this, man. There's definitely no cinematic direct here tonight.
Have you, by chance, seen any of the trailers for this?
None.
None. Okay,
None.
so you're coming
I have
in.
a tremendous amount of admiration for this guy, and I want no biasness.
Gotcha. So, as you can see here from the thumbnail of the video that the documentary we're about to watch tonight, it's Robert Englund's career is not isolated just to Freddy Krueger. The fact that we're going to be going, this is supposed to be about 2 hours and 15 minutes of a documentary, which I'm thrilled about. As I've said many a time in previous live streams, I hate when any kind of documentary is like an hour 20, $1.30, because chances are if it's a documentary, it's something that's like expansive. You know what I mean? For anyone who's ever seen the In Search of Darkness documentaries, the ones that cover 80s horror, those are like 5 hours, and I'm thrilled about those because it's like, good, it should be 5 hours. You talk like, imagine condensing an entire decade's worth of horror in an hour and a half. So I think that the fact that this is, this documentary is encompassing a man's career, an icon's career, 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'm absolutely thrilled about that. But like I was saying, his documentary, his career, Robert Englund's, is not isolated just to Freddy Krueger. And look, you'd be hard pressed to find a bigger Freddy Krueger fan than I am. I'm eagerly awaiting when this series, A Nightmare on Elm Street, comes out on 4K. I'm gonna buy the crap out of that.
Dude, that is a family favorite in my house.
I would hope.
You already know, my sister brought, Nightmare on Elm Street, first grade to movie day.
Yeah.
At her elementary school.
Yes, you told me. Yes.
She told you, I told you, we all told you. That was a funny story, man.
Right. You can the mic arm is adjustable, so you can move it towards you.
Yep.
Forgot
about that for a minute.
Just make sure that you're okay. Good, you're coming in good.
Cool.
So yeah, look, the big draw here is Freddy Krueger, obviously. But again, from the thumbnail, what we can see, if you have this documentary pulled up on your TV the way that we do, if you're watching this along with us on YouTube, you know that this man's career. You can see that this man's career expands beyond Freddy, which I'm excited that this documentary will cover that because he deserves it. And I hope that this serves as a lesson that Robert Englund was more than just Freddy, and you don't have to be pigeonholed within one role for the rest of your life. And look, any actor wants some kind of role that they're known for, some kind of something that you can hitch their wagon to, build a fan base around, and he has that. So I'm hoping what my expectations for this documentary are that they can go into more detail, his upbringing, his theatric training, because he actually, you wouldn't believe this, but Freddy Krueger is a Shakespearean actor. He was theatrically,
no kidding.
Yes, he was theatrically trained. Which I know for a fact because it was spoken about in the trailers. They're going to go over that.
What a dark turn.
And they're going to go through his individual roles. So, I guess now is the point in time where we... hold on, give me a second with that. This is the point in time where we're going to ask, what are your expectations for this film?
I'm going to go high stakes. You really can't go wrong with a documentary on, an iconic man.
One would hope so.
You really can't. I mean, like, I can't think of anything other than an iconic man.
Right.
You know, because he can knock off any role.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are just built for horror. And we've seen that, where that's all they are. You know, they're in sci-fi, they're in horror, they're this, they're that. This guy could really, I mean, now hearing that he's theatrically trained.
Yes.
I mean, let's roll it. Let's see.
For everyone else, your options are Bottom of the Burial, Shallow Grave, my favorite, High Stakes. So these are your options for your expectations for this documentary. So what I'm going to be doing now is posting live, just for YouTube, posting live what your expectations are for this film. Feel free to comment and give your rating for what this film is as we're watching along. So let me just post so you can vote along with us. So it's I didn't learn until today. We had been doing these for so long. The Streamlabs, which is the software we use, the Streamlabs poll widget is not connected to the YouTube one. That might sound odd. I'm actually going to be speaking to Streamlabs this week about that. But I will be posting a poll for everyone that you can see now. All right, that is live, so that should be coming up on the stream momentarily. So the way that you will give your rating is, as you can see, you will just put a in the chat. You will, depending on what your rating is, you will put exclamation point vote and exclamation point what your rating is. And let me demonstrate right here. So once again, exclamation point vote and whatever it is that your particular rating is. Just know that if I don't agree with it, you'll be banned. I'm kidding. So as you can see, I've entered my vote for High Stakes. So again, I invite everyone to vote as we are watching this this documentary that we have for tonight. Let me just adjust one thing just to make sure everything is hunky-dory and we are good to go. And okay, now that we are good to go, I have a surprise for everybody. So this is not only our second ever documentary that we will be watching here on the Mind's Eye Theater, but in addition, for the first time ever, we will be hosting a raffle that I affectionately call the Dead Giveaway. The winner will receive a brand spanking new Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max. So, this thing is action-packed with features from one-button Alexa, Wi-Fi 6 cable, obviously 4K Ultra HD, and a quad-core processor. So, with this, you'll be able to join our watch parties and stream in style. So the contest rules are as follows. First off, you must be a Mind's Eye Inkarnate YouTube subscriber. We ain't got time for no freeloaders up in this here piece. Furthermore, for entry into the Dead Giveaway, it's simple. Type exclamation point raffle into the YouTube chat and you'll automatically be entered. So that's it, and you're in. The winner will be declared at random at the end of the stream, but I hope that you're in it for the long haul because, like I said, this documentary clocks in at 2 hours, 14 minutes. So, naturally, I invite you to stream the retrospective along with us. Queue it up on Screambox. That is available through Amazon Prime. And let me take care of some housekeeping items. I will be providing timestamps throughout the watch party to make sure your viewing experience is synced up with ours, as well as for the convenience of anyone joining who's casually late to the party. So, I'm happy to report that this watch party is brought to you in partnership with Hotness TV. If you're in the market, and now that we're in the summer holiday season, I genuinely hope that you are. If you are looking to purchase either Jabra headsets or Samsung devices, I do ask that you use the links in the description because we have sponsorships with both. So, Jabra headsets run the gamut between in-ear earbuds, over-the-head headsets, and office audio conference equipment. Samsung, I mean, geez, what don't they own? Televisions, tablets, soundbars, cell phones, 4K Blu-ray players, surround sound home theater systems. You name it, they got it. I own it. Additionally, fitting that we're watching a horror documentary because the Mind's Eye Theater is a proud affiliate of the upcoming horror documentary Mental Health and Horror. So when that does come out, I absolutely plan on doing a watch party for it as well as a review of the documentary. So, if you're of a mood, you can support my page with PayPal. The support link is obviously up top on the stream. I'll just consider it your pound of flesh. The software that we use to stream these watch parties is called Streamlabs, and they were kind enough to give us a merch store. Streamlabs.com/mindgamesinc/merch, if you will. We are coming to you live, streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. So, I hate to mention this, but when it's full power to social media censors, advisories must be made. So 2 key items before we start. Firstly, if the watch party gets cut off, catch me over on any of the other platforms listed in the links in the description. Secondly, the following day, I will repost any interrupted Mind's Eye Theaters. It will just appear as a regular video instead of a stream. And in the enduring battle between Inkarnate and the almighty algorithm, my fans are my strongest weapon. So, get them likes up. Doing so will allow for the this video to be recommended to others. Therefore, without further ado, we now offer you this creature presentation. Freddy or not, here it comes. Traumadom, throw the switch. And we are starting now. You took the earbuds of your headset. You took my headset.
Oh, all right. Usually you take the.
Yeah, well, you came late.
I didn't think you wanted my ears in these.
No, I'll have to detoxify it afterwards.
I got the J Pros. These are actually pretty good.
So I've been thoroughly looking forward to this for a very long time, ever since they pretty much announced it. Huh. And this is made by the same production company as the Pennywise documentary, which unofficially was the start of Mind's Eye Theater. It's actually, can you believe it's going to be coming up on one?
What? I'm admiring your Japer. Huh.
One thing that we're going to see is all of the people that all the different 80s icons and famous actors that they brought out for this to provide commentary on this man's career.
Yeah, these.
This story I've heard before. Yeah. And that's when a light switch flipped in his head. Yep. That's what I mean about
Dude, that's
like
epic.
what?
That's epic.
Yeah, that's what I mean about somebody like that, like him, that he would.
It will absorb inspiration from everywhere.
Right. Exactly. Up and back we go. A lawyer. How ironic. I think that he has been acting since he was 12 or 14.
Yeah.
Working as a janitor like he would eventually as Freddy.
Yeah.
I realize that he's like, I believe he's 87 if I'm not mistaken. Wait, 19
God bless him.
Yeah, he doesn't like, he looks like he's in his, I don't know, late 40s. He doesn't look ancient. I've always thought that was funny about him. I always thought it was funny how curly his hair was. I don't know. Just something about it was amusing to me.
I can see that.
And he's tall, too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's 5'11".
Those are some big boots, man.
Of all the things to notice. Oh, you know what they say about guys with big boots, right? I
don't know what you're thinking. I'm looking at that wearing boots every day, and I know, like, that's a big dude.
He's 5'10".
Still pretty sizable.
Yeah. '76. I'm sorry, I said 87.
I was gonna say, God bless me, he's 87.
Still, he doesn't look 76.
No.
Crazy how times have changed. Fast forward. What? One of your sons? Heather Langenkamp. She was a fox back in the day.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, especially around the time of New Nightmare. I guess the last proper Kelly Rowland, the last proper Elm Street film. Oh, is this on the set of what the hell? Behind the Mask? I think this is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So, you wouldn't believe this, but he's actually a keen surfer and has been shown on... Yes. He's been shown on Entertainment Tonight talking about surfing. He lives in Laguna Beach, California. He must have been disappointed in his beach scene in Dream Master, that him riding the waves was as a Freddy Claw shark instead of Freddy Krueger on an actual surfboard.
Yeah.
I wish she was in more things. Heather Langenkamp. He still had them beady eyes as a kid.
Nancy Englund. Sister?
England.
England, whatever. Sister? Daughter?
I don't know, honestly. That's always the craziest thing. It's like whoever gets into any particular kind of what do you call it? Entertainment profession. It's very rare that they're actually like supported on their way in.
Yeah.
And even like Michael Jordan's father wanted to play baseball. Here we go. This is it. Really? How wild. And Lance Henriksen.
No kidding.
Why would they not put Aliens as his acting credit? Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. Ooh.
Really? Oh my God. He looks like the Joker there.
Yeah.
Humble beginnings. This guy Lance Henriksen still has that iconic voice to him.
Dude, he would be like the Robert Redford of our generation.
Yeah.
Just that iconic old man. It's just like amazing in everything. And you just want that voice.
Right. Wild and crazy guys. Of course. Really? What? Oh. No costume department.
So Lance Henriksen and Robert Englund were like, they were tight.
Either that or like just like casually affiliated with one another.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. How crazy. Yeah, that's any kind of entertainment business. You get disillusioned eventually, hopefully, that it is, it does involve politics. She's pretty.
Yeah.
Aw. Happily ever after. I wonder if they'll address it. Hold on. I wonder if they'll address it that he was a one-time TV and radio host.
Ooh.
Yeah, crazy, right?
At this point, no.
Lucky for him. Not everyone has it that easy. They'll probably mention it later on, but he met his second wife, Nancy Booth, while working on his feature directorial debut in 1988. Mick Garris. That was the director of Critters.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Jeez, look how young
He's
he
like
looks.
Fabio if you sucked all the life and muscles out of him.
What an interesting description. Check your phone. Jesus, I could see that, Mr. England. Jeez. He looks like I can see I mean, obviously he's going to look different, but he just looks like, I don't know. I guess it makes sense because he's supposed to be playing an albino, but he just looks unwell.
Come on.
Pink? Jesus. Jeez, my God, look like crazy, man. Yeah, contact lenses back in the day were like a solid piece of material, almost like plastic that people were putting in their eyes. Famous, and that was the case all the way up until like the mid '90s. Famously, when Michael Jackson put the yellow contact werewolf or werecat eyes in, they were like pain. He would be like tearing because they were painful to put in, they were painful to take out, and they were painful to wear. Thank God he only had a few scenes like that.
I may have spoken too soon.
This fucking thing.
Yeah, it's crazy going back 50 years to look at his beginnings in anything, because I don't. These are obviously very obscure roles and films that he was in, because I don't know any of these films. Eaten Alive, like Hustle. Ah.
I may have to be out here at like 10:15.
That's fine.
Alright, cool.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Wow. Ouch. Uh-oh. Huh.
You know, I've always said this. You know,
What's up?
Nice. No, one of the best traits of an incredible actor is that they make an incredible villain.
Ah.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be hated.
Yeah.
To truly go out of your way. It's easy to be good. Everyone likes good guy, but
Yeah.
you're a really memorable bad guy.
I wish we got more of those. I wish we got more people that's like, man,
No one wants to be
every
the bad guy anymore.
every time you see them, you're like your teeth are grinding to see someone just get it. You know what I mean? Of course, yeah. Okay. Wow. It's crazy seeing him in all of these roles.
He
All
looks
right.
like Potsy.
We're hitting the 20-minute mark in 2-1 now. Again, guys, make sure to vote in the totem poll that you see on the YouTube screen. Just as it states there, after each rating, high, medium, low, it's the way that you can vote is putting exclamation point vote and then another exclamation point and then typing in what your rating is. And that's either high stakes, shallow grave, or bottom of the burial. In order to be considered for the giveaway, the dead giveaway that we've got for the Amazon Fire Stick, enter exclamation point raffle. No spaces, no capitalization, all lowercase. Exclamation point raffle to be entered in. And make sure to like the video. Okay, what? I came back at a weird time. What's going on?
Oh, so I'm a spider monkey with lots of spots, and he's in Texas, and...
Did you make sure to vote?
Yes.
Eaten alive. Oh, Death Trap, sorry. What? I could see that. Damn, that's how crazy is that? He does like without makeup or anything. He does look like a redneck.
Yeah.
Wow. And look how he speaks. Like he couldn't be anything further from a redneck. Oh, Tobe Hooper. Wow. That Tobe Hooper was the director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. And Poltergeist. Oh, what the hell? Well, I guess that's why they call it Eaten Alive.
Yeah. Wow,
Oh.
she was pretty too.
Was.
Look, she still got it. If I was 90, I'd go for it.
Go for it now.
Nah, I'm good.
Jeez. Implants look bad even then. Oh, pun very much intended. And I was just about to say this.
Eli Roth.
Yep. Yeah, here we go. God, that was an awful movie. Yeah, I could see that. The Great Smoky Roadblock. Jeez. There is one movie that
What movies were
he...
big in the 70s? Oh, trucking movies.
Yeah. There is one movie one horror movie that is somewhat notable that he starred in before Elm Street.
What?
Let me remember what the hell it was. It's a space movie. I think it's a ripoff of Alien, if I'm not mistaken. They'll most likely get to it. I believe Klaus Kinski is in it, the guy that played Nosferatu.
He was in Carrie.
No, I don't think so. Oh wow. Imagine that. It's so crazy hearing stories like this, like who
Yeah.
could have been in some... I don't know if he's just too tall or he's just too thin. Maybe the fact that he's tall makes him look thin. What are they talking about?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, wow. That's what they're talking about. How crazy. Damn. Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know about that one.
I wouldn't have taken those curls too seriously.
You know what's funny? Oh God, why would you show this? Why would... Anyway. It's funny that he auditioned, or someone considered him for Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, because Harrison Ford would eventually go on to play Indiana Jones. And people were worried, get this, people were actually worried that if Freddy Krueger wore a fedora, that he would be confused for Indiana Jones. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yep. That's it. It just goes to show how like stupid some people are in Hollywood. It's like, can you pick two characters that have nothing in common? It is. I mean, like the people who almost make a lot of these roles, it's crazy. Like I'd never heard that story before.
No.
Uh-oh. What? Oh, check this out. I heard about this.
Huh.
Insane.
Get the hell out of here.
Insane, right?
Dude. Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they will mention this, but Wes Craven, if I'm not mistaken, either Wes Craven had considered Kane Hodder for the role of Freddy, or Kane Hodder auditioned to be Freddy. Now, who is Kane Hodder? The guy that would play Jason Voorhees for like 5 or 6 of the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So he could have, the guy that eventually played, or is most famous for playing the most roles of Jason, could have been Freddy.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he really is the most inspirational person for life.
And
no matter how slow you move, you will get there.
Good observation, Tramadol. Eventually.
What did I fuck with?
Peter Atkins, one of the writers of Hellraiser. So let me see. Well, I guess I'll wait until we get to the good stuff with Elm Street. I'm trying to remember what that. I don't want to look it up, but I'm struggling to remember when it was that they or what the film was that he starred in. That was a space horror movie. It was a ripoff of Alien. I just can't remember the name, like Saturn something. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. I just remember having watched that movie because I was like, you know what? Let me just, for kicks, let me watch these movies that were ripped off Alien, like shamelessly. So. And I remember I'm seeing this guy. I recognize Klaus Kinski, and I'm looking at this one face, and I'm like, who is this? I know this guy. And he was like he was quiet and reserved and just not very, not very outlandish. Didn't stand out too much. But I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, why do I recognize this guy? And lo and behold, it's Robert Englund. It was, let's see. Galaxy of Terror, of course. 3 years before Nightmare on Elm Street. Galaxy of Terror. I think that's the one with the pyramid and the death caterpillar that gets a little too handsy. But regardless, it's interesting that he got to play in a film with and I believe Actually, now that I have that up, let me look that up. Is that the one with Klaus Kinski? Who is in this movie? No, he wasn't in this? Oh, I'm all messed up then. Oh, Creature. Well, these all kind of bleed together anyway. I genuinely hope that people like appreciate a lot of these just the life that he had before Freddy, just because again, someone doesn't want to be remembered for just one single role, despite how iconic it is. So it's interesting to see like him being chalked up to just a redneck is funny to me. Him having some affiliation with all of these types of directors, like that story about him and Han Solo. The connection that he of all people has to Halloween, that's just crazy to me. Oh, what the hell? Ouch. Get out. Makeup effects. Yeah, this one I never heard of either. God, Roger Corman, the king of B movies. Although, shout out to him because had it not been for Roger Corman, here we go. Galaxy of Terror. What did I say? I suppose that it's been so long since I've seen Galaxy of Terror that it probably was not just a ripoff of Alien, but Star Wars too. That's not James Cameron, is it?
Not sure.
Ah, see? Funny. That's so funny.
He really looks better with age.
You think so?
I think he looks a lot better with age. He goes from like geeky, dorky kind of looking, you know? Like,
Yeah.
see, like, look at that and compare him.
Yeah, he looks much, now that he's older, he looks much more dignified.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let me see. Because he didn't have a lot of oh Jesus. He didn't have a lot of facial hair in all of his roles. So that
The ones where he does, it really...
because he does look really geeky when he's all like smooth faced and you know shaven, but he just looks more distinguished with facial hair. Oh Jesus, is he a henchman in a Bond movie? Uh-oh. Yeah. This I never heard of. Huh. This is the one of the actors from the original It TV miniseries.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
The asthmatic.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. What a place to do that, to get that experience in. Like. Yeah, and how many drugs did he have with him?
Eh.
It's so crazy, the actors that you would have never thought like had any affiliation with each other would have some kind of history. Excuse me. Okay, we are coming up on the 40-minute mark in 3, 2, 1 now. So no matter what platform you're watching this on, if you could remember to like the video. If you are watching it on YouTube, make sure to enter the raffle for the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max that we're giving away at the end of the show. All you have to do is go into the YouTube chat, enter !raffle, and while you're there, be sure to give your rating for this documentary in the totem pole. If you look on screen, the totem pole is there, and you would just type in to the chat !vote space ! And then type out whatever it is that whatever your expectations are or what you think of the film thus far. Here we go, his big hit. Kane Hodder was in V? Oh my god, get out.
Ugh.
You're an idiot.
It's the ghost of Fabio.
He's looked like that for decades. Yeah, that was a big deal back in the day. That was like a major twist.
You know, I'm playing Freddy, playing these lizard people. Like, dude, that's a tough thing to pull off. I mean, Jim Carrey during The Grinch had to go through torture training. Just because all the latex on there is, like, brutal.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I can't take him seriously with that facial hair.
Yeah,
now
right?
I can't.
He looks so wildly
the
different.
well's been poisoned. I just can't do it.
I saw the V remake series back in the 2000s. I've never seen anything of the original. I only heard of V because Robert Englund was in it. It's a shame that Wes Craven's no longer with us
Yeah.
to have seen this or provide commentary on his career. I've always thought that there's something kind of interesting whenever there is that connection between actor and director. For instance, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, definitely Robert Englund and Wes Craven. She has a very stretched face. She looks very sweaty. Yeah, this is my first time having any exposure. That's Kane Hodder.
What?
That's Kane Hodder. That's Jay. Oh, Jesus. Yep. What was I saying? Oh, this is my first exposure at all to anything having to do with
V.
V. I've never seen any footage of it, even
Haven't either.
even what the aliens looked like. Look how yeah, you're right. He looks completely different
Dude,
with
it's like
facial
night and
hair.
day.
Yeah. When he has facial, like grown out facial hair, him without facial hair looks like the son of the guy with the beard. Oh boy, here we go. 45 minutes in. A legend is born. I'm surprised that we got to this film this quickly. Everybody always expects Dracula whenever they're meeting a horror legend or a director. Nev Campbell was the same way. She thought that she'd be meeting Dracula, but look at wow, I didn't know that. Yep. What would have been? So Robert Englund has appeared. Yeah, this is him. Robert Englund has appeared in exactly one film that has been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant, and that's this film, A Nightmare on Elm Street. That was recently, if I'm not mistaken, that was entered into the Library of Congress. I don't know what took them so long to see that this film is obviously part of American culture and history. Yeah, he wanted.
Yo.
He wanted Wes Craven wanted someone older. He wanted someone older and like, like a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it was like, dude, what does it matter? The guy's under makeup.
Oh yeah.
One of the reasons why I didn't realize it, but I'm like fascinated by A Nightmare on Elm Street is that it was an independent movie, much like Halloween. Friday the 13th had the luxury of being produced by Paramount, which was one of the big studios. New Line Cinema wasn't. It was independent. And the fact that, they made such a long-running series that, burst through the horror bubble and became something iconic, I don't think it's talked about enough. I agree with him, but I don't. Like, you still do need all of those things because we have seen sequels of bad writers and bad directors.
Go away!
I'm not much of a fan.
Why are you in everything?
I'm not much of a fan of Lin Shaye either. Not that I'm not a fan of hers because I don't really know her acting, but she
Do you
is.
not know her acting, or do you not care to know her acting?
I don't care, but at the same time, I don't blame her that she's in movies like Insidious.
That's the thing. Like that was just one of those movies where to me, it just kind of ruined it. Like she was just goofy and critters, but like you could forgive it.
Yeah.
Oh,
look who it is. Pinhead himself. And Candyman. Incredible.
Tony Todd. Another one of those voices that'll just never die in time.
Unnerving as all hell. look at his shirt. That's what I mean. Like, that's A Nightmare on Elm Street just goes to show that you don't have to have like a huge budget in order to create an icon or have good dialogue or just have a good concept, a good premise.
And you see it with them. I mean, Robert Englund was not, they'll tell you right now, he wasn't, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He wasn't John Travolta.
Yeah.
But he was memorable. He was genuine. He was well-rounded.
Talented.
There's a tremendous amount of depth with this guy.
Yeah.
And it's really something we don't see now.
100%
everything
correct.
is app-based, view-based, everything. I mean, if that were like that, back in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, this guy would have never had a chance.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, but these are silent actors. Like,
Exactly.
you need somebody with England's wit,
Yep.
charm, debonair, and exactly.
I think that it is because of his personality that to this day, 39 years after, we're still looking for the next Freddy.
Yeah.
It's not about the closest you've come is Ghostface. The closest that you get is Ghostface because he actually speaks to his victims.
Chevy Chase was not a fan of.
What?
I was never a fan of Chevy Chase.
Me neither.
Wow.
God. Yeah, they really are. Yeah. There shouldn't be. I think when they tried to go in that direction, like it just doesn't work. Yeah, which, you know, that worked
Why?
for
He burns him alive. He's burned alive. That's kind of like.
that worked towards the movie's subtext. Hey, it just goes to show how wildly popular this guy was. He actually wrote an unused treatment for Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's always funny to me when like websites talk about how the best one, the best of the Elm Street films was the first one. And it's like they're so out of touch with what the fans realize, and the fans, and I believe that the best of them was part 3. But it always amuses me how these critics like turn their nose up like that, as if they know better, or they're making some kind of point that no one else is privy to. It's like, no, the fans have spoken and they consider the third one to be better. And guess what? We're the fans, and we don't answer to you. Man, if they could ever reboot this and like really, and look, I get that this would be a big if, but man, if they could really get creativity and talent behind this, it could be bigger than Pennywise, than the It movie was, or It Chapter 1. Because I always say It Chapter 1 made $750 million, and I get that a large part of that has to do with calorophobia in general, but when you have 40 years of...
And for our audience, what is calorophobia?
Fear of clowns. When you have 40 years of a series, like of a fan base and fandom built up, I think that would... like the first film to come out would be it would just hit, you know what I mean, like an actual genuine remake that's not like the 2010 film, actual creativity behind it, and scares and nightmare, you know, the stuff of nightmares, as cliche as it would sound, but it would just be haha. Oh God. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I genuinely think that if a true remake with true intentions and creativity and passion and talent would be made, I mean, it would just be a mega franchise the way that it is now. Of Wade. And I like that. I like that Freddy Krueger is the boogeyman. Like I roll my eyes whenever anyone ever calls him a slasher. It's like, dude, a slasher is not going to pull veins out of your body and puppeteer you off of a tower. He's not a slasher. Is not going to turn into a worm and attempt to devour you. It's like he's not a slasher. He's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Okay, we're hitting the 1 hour mark in 3, 2, 1 now. Guys, make sure to, if you're watching on YouTube, take to the chat in order to enter in your film rating. It will be, if you look at the actual stream, what's in parentheses is what you would need to enter in order to cast your vote. And make sure to enter the lot in order to win a Fire TV Stick 4K Max. All you have to do is put !raffle in the YouTube chat box. And make sure to like the video.
Hey man, I hate leaving early, but
You gotta be out?
in a few minutes.
Okay. No, it's
just
fine.
With the way it is outside.
No, I understand completely.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
There's something in the air, and it must be
literally.
Canada.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the Elm Street episodes, the TV episodes. They made a TV show about A Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Nightmares.
I hope not.
I've never seen any of those.
We should not be touching anything that has to do with Freddy Krueger. We should not be touching it. We've already messed with it enough.
I've never
We're on
seen
13,
any
Nightmare
of
on
the
Elm
TV
Street,
episodes or of the Friday the 13th episodes.
Friday the 13th is just done.
If I'm not mistaken,
She really was really pretty.
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Jason Voorhees never appeared in a single episode of the Friday the 13th series, which is amusing. Oh my God! Why would you put this on? Oh. The eyes and the nose he got from his mother. He looks nothing like his father. Yeah, that was creepy as hell. God, what the hell they put this guy through? Jesus. I forgot how gruesome that scene was. I I haven't seen many of the many of the Nightmare on Elm Street films in a very, very long time, and my go-tos are usually first, third. Okay, the odd numbered ones: the first, the third, the fifth, and the seventh.
Alright, man, let me head out.
All right. Thank you for.
Yeah, under any normal circumstance,
Yeah.
I'd be for this. I would definitely. I'd stay for like 11 for this, but.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks for the sandwich. Thanks for getting me out.
Not a problem.
It was a rough day, and this was anything Friday the 13th.
She aged pretty well. She looks prettier now than she. I mean, she was pretty back then, but she looks even prettier now. All right, that's just weird. Lord, how women made sexy Freddy a thing is hysterical. Yeah. If I remember correctly, Nightmare 4 and 5 were filmed. I believe both came out in the same year. Oh, Jesus. They both came out in the same year just because New Line was so desperate. It was their cash cow, so they absolutely wanted this to keep going and pumping them out as quickly as possible. And boy, did they try. Well, here's hoping. Yeah. Yeah, this is the dark side of landing an iconic role. Yeah. And exactly, and sadly, how can I put it? That's not the fault of horror. It's the outsider's impression of horror, where it's almost like people outside of horror don't let these actors become anything outside of horror. And that was true of Wes Craven too. He wanted to do either an animated film or a kids movie, and because he was Wes Craven and this had like this identity around it, unfortunately, he was like even Wes Craven couldn't escape that. Sadly, that's true of Mads Mikkelsen. Like, seemingly, I've heard. I don't remember. I think it was on either Geeks and Gamers or Nerdrotic or maybe it could have been the Critical Drinker, where they were talking about certain actors just aren't allowed to escape. Like everybody wants Mads Mikkelsen just to play Hannibal Lecter. Jesus. Yeah. Never heard of it. Hmm. Well, I mean, that's part of being theatrically trained. That's also interesting because I've always wondered, like, how does an actor, and I guess this is part of the director too, but how does an actor just know what facial expressions to give, or what how to turn their face so like they're giving the perfect angle for whatever film? Ah, this is his directorial debut. 976 Evil is where he would go on to meet his second wife. Heh. Yeah, I bet. Who's that? I don't think I know this person. Hmm. Interesting. What? Blasphemy. Aw. Because that's where you take a lady. Wow, they look like a nice couple. Wow, 10 years. Still that young? Ah, smooth. Tale as old as time. Aw. Wow, they really are inseparable. Oh. Huh. Interesting. $30, wow. Oh. This is another movie that I need to watch. I remember when I was much younger hearing that Robert Englund had worked in or as the Phantom of the Opera, and if I'm not mistaken, I learned about this in the days of Blockbuster, to show you how far back I go, but I never got around to renting it. This one I would like to watch, as well as The Mangler. Get Out, really? How crazy. Considerably more, huh? Yeah. Oh. Wow. Oh. Jeez, I really need to watch this. And it came out in the 80s? He looks like Odo there. Crazy. I'm over here thinking that this is a 90s movie. Considering his burn makeup, I hope he wasn't just picked because, it was just another burn makeup, just like Freddy. Wow. He looks like Rene Auberjonois from Odo from Deep Space Nine, Star Trek. He looks freaky like that. The witch nose and the gaunt kind of face and cheekbones. The jawline, look at that. Wow. Yeah. 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 That I do remember on the Blockbuster cover. Yeah. I can see how that's a problem. But that's what happens when you try to make that see like nobody really addresses the problem with slasher horror and like the adverse effects of it. Also odd that we've never had a good what do you call it, Jack the Ripper movie. Oh, so what do you got in store? It was like Angelica Houston and the witches. Interesting. For what? Crusade? Wow. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. Every once in a while I think about that movie because it was teased in next Last Action Hero. This was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the second ever Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I saw in theaters. I remember seeing Freddy's Dead, and then this one came out, and it really freaked me out as a kid. I really wish this one had landed because I think it is such a good, how can I put it? It's a good premise. They just didn't deliver. It didn't deliver because they focused a little bit too much on the family dynamic. Sorry, I missed the 1 hour 20-minute mark, so we're coming up on an hour 23 minutes. Guys, make sure again to vote in the make sure to vote in the totem poll on YouTube. The instructions are basically on the screen that you're watching this on. And make sure to vote for the raffle of the... Make sure to vote in the raffle for the Amazon Fire Stick that I'm giving away. Just do exclamation raffle just to be entered in. We'll be announcing the winner at the end. And make sure to hit the like button on whatever platform you're watching this on. A lot of people don't like this makeup or this overall look, but I personally I've always liked it. I don't like the eyes, that's the only thing. I like that the skin is ripped instead of burned, and I really like the glove. I've always liked that biomechanical look to it. So his performance as Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street is ranked number 51 on Premiere Magazine's 100 Greatest Movie Characters of All Time. Also, he was ranked number 40 in Top Villain for the American Film Institute's Top 100 list of 100 heroes and villains for his role as Freddy Krueger. Yeah, I don't like the light green eyes or the green fedora. But look at that. The glove has always been awesome to me. Like, it's like flesh and bone. Yeah. Yeah, I just wish that they focused more on the cast as opposed to just like like the cast being in the back burner, and it focused on Nancy and her family dynamic. I thought that the stalker aspect was kind of pointless because, it's like, dude, we know it's Freddy. Yeah. Success, yes. Fame, no. That's. I hope to debunk that one day. What? This is the other film I need to watch. Yeah. Phantom and Mangler. I was, yes. Yeah, I just remembered just when they said it that this had not just Toby Hooper but affiliation with Stephen King. God. Yeah. Or as good as him. That makeup effect is really effective because he looks that old. Like he really, like, he looks older there than he does in reality. Crazy. Haha. Wow. Hey, don't forget about Chucky. Brad Dourif has such a great voice. Like, all of these guys, they have such memorable, iconic voices apart from just their look or their monsters. Yes! Yes! I absolutely love Wishmaster. Yeah! Because it's a genie Freddy. Instead of using your nightmares against you, he's using your desires against you. Yeah. I just wish they gave him a more memorable death scene. That's the only problem I have with it. Because they give Kane Hodder and Tony Todd memorable kills. I just wish they did the same for Freddy. Especially since he, like, deserves it more than any of them. Look, yeah, he's so pompish and foppish in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, big time. Yeah. Ugh. That was I mentioned Scream coming the closest to, a monster with a personality. It was probably Wishmaster though. Nailing makeup and makeup effects and like personality. Mm. Oh man. I'm surprised they didn't get more. Oh god. Eh. I'm surprised they didn't speak more on 976 Evil since it was the film that he first directed. I forgot about this particular role because frankly I often try to forget about this movie. I think it came out in the wake of Scream and ugh. Jeez, you look completely different. I think he gets it in this movie too. Yeah, well, you're half right. Oh god, I forgot that he's in it. Meh. Oh, Brad Dourif is in that. Yeah, it just goes to show how underutilized a lot of these characters are that you forget that they were in them. I forgot that Brad Dourif was in Urban Legend. She, yeah. An off-screen death. Wah wah. Yeah, you're the only one, I can assure you. What else we got? Oh, what? Oh, I was like, the hell is he talking about? Wow. He always he always describes this the exact same way. Man, I still think that a versus movie within horror can be done correctly. I've written my own fan treatment of Alien versus Predator. And I think of um all the concepts, like, look, I personally like Freddy versus Jason, which is celebrating a 20-year anniversary this August. I absolutely think if any film that AVP is what would work the most. This is the tragic part where Kane Hodder was looked over for Freddy versus Jason. You know what? Let me look this up because I found that I looked before. Yeah. Robert Englund is 5'10", so let's see how big Kane Hodder is. Yeah. 6'2" and a half. Yeah. This really crushed him. There was a documentary of Kane Hodder a couple years ago that I saw where he was like genuinely depressed for this, and I felt really bad for him. And that pissed off a lot of the fans. So Kurzinger is 6'5" compared to 6'3" Kane Hodder. So 2 inches. Unreal. Poor Kane Hodder. Monica Kino. she get her lips done? Because she's done interviews before, and she's just, I don't know, something about her mouth just looks off. She looks very different now. Okay, we're coming up on the 1 hour 40-minute mark in 3, 2, 1 now. So guys, make sure to hit the like button no matter what platform you're watching this on. Be sure to vote in the YouTube totem poll, and make sure to enter the raffle for the Amazon Fire TV stick. Just put in the YouTube chat box !! raffle to be entered. This movie has problems in it, but I do enjoy it for what it is. Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, New Line changed a lot between... Stupid. I didn't think they were going to show this. The Las Vegas weigh-in. I mean, I guess that they were going for like a Count Dracula Frankenstein type deal, but again, like 2 inches, really? That's what... Like, you could adjust that with boots. To think that on Reddit, they were talking about what was the sequel that fans would want to see most. I absolutely said that they would want to see Freddy versus Jason versus Ash as a sequel. Oh, God. Wow. I've never seen the Funhouse Massacre. I really do wish that he was in roles that were worthy of his level of talent, that, you know, the script was up to par with what it is that he's delivering on screen, because it's true, you know, a lot of the roles that he took, like he brings his A game, of course, but as you can see, but they're not as, you know, they're not something for him to sink his teeth into. And they don't live up to his 2000 Maniacs. This I've never seen either. I think I confused 2001 Maniacs for House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah. Granny Boone. God, like, even though it's late, watching this documentary makes me want to watch The Mangler and makes me want to watch Phantom of the Opera. And honestly, it's been a while since I've even had time to watch a movie like on my own free time. This weekend I just might. Oh my god. Yeah, I completely confused this for House of a Thousand Corpses for some strange reason. I wonder what this movie's even about. Wow. Uh-huh. Oh, damn. This just goes to show what true veterans not only bring in front of the camera, but what they bring behind in front of the camera, but also behind. The fact that like they're such team players that they're helping out with that they're helping a director who's under the gun get out of the corner that the the unions put them into. Huh. Midnight Man. I might have heard of this, but I don't know what it's about. The hell? Okay. Lin Shaye has looked the same though for a decade. Ah, here we go. I like this movie. I like Behind the Mask. I just wish that The Mask was much better, and that the role of I almost said Freddy Krueger. I wish that the role of Robert Englund was played up more, because he plays what they call the Ahab. This is another movie I need to see. I haven't seen this in years. I thought that the actor was really good. Like, his quirkiness was almost Jim Carrey-esque, but he has... Yes, Donald Pleasance. That's the guy that plays Leslie Vernon. See? That's what I mean about. Hmm. Yeah. I just wish that his role was more how can I put it? Impactful. Like they just mentioned that he wasn't there just for a paycheck, but I wish that he was just given more material and more of an opportunity to make, how can I put it? More of an opportunity to make a mark on the movie. Last showing. This I've never heard of. Well, it's low budget, so that's to be expected, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Lord. What have you done? Incredible. Oh my God. Oh, what the hell? Huh. Oh. I thought this was a movie. This is an anthology? Interesting. Huh. What's up with that 70s crustache, dude? You don't say. Yeah. Oh. Uh, wait, wait, I think I did watch this. Man tits. Was that Fiona Dourif? Ew. Oh, God. Not the image I wanted to think of. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, ouch. Can we move on from this? Yep, here we go. How... Yeah, this was completely... Who would have expected? I've never seen this episode, and I really should. It's... I've never seen this episode before, and I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't watching this. I'm actually embarrassed that I have not. Krueger. Ah, of course. I have not seen. I quit watching. I quit watching Stranger Things after like midway through season 2, but season 4 was obviously like the comeback kid for. And I think the season 5 is supposed to be the last one, if I'm not mistaken. I thought he played the monster. He had to audition, really? Yeah. And it was just one episode, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch this season just for him. Ah, the cons. The cosplays, the virginity. God, look at this frickin' geek. Ah, man. I do hope to go to one of these to be able to meet my idol Freddy Krueger one day before he leaves us for the dream world. There are a number of horror conventions, not, you know, and they're like sprinkled throughout the country. And I absolutely need to make one of these eons. They have one twice a year in Jersey. Okay, we're hitting the 2-hour mark now. So for the one last time, guys, make sure to like the video on whatever platform you're watching it. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to vote in the totem poll. Instructions are basically on the stream. And make sure to vote in the raffle. Just entering !raffle automatically enters you into the lottery to potentially win the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Yeah. Just a consummate professional. That's awesome. Yeah, look who it is. Man, more than any other documentary I've seen, this has left me with like so many movies and TV shows even to watch. Oh, look at that. Oh, geez, look at that. How sweet. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Man. Yeah, man. That's really something great that he has that respect for the genre and, you know, adoration for the fans. He doesn't turn his nose up at the fans that helped made him. Mm. I don't think anyone would dispute that. Mm. Yeah. I owe him everything. Yeah. Yeah, big time. Oh, man. Pigeonholed. Yeah, typecast. Yeah, man. Like, how awesome is that? Like, I love to hear stories like this where famous horror actors and icons, they don't turn their nose up to what made them famous. And I understand that it can be very limiting, but if they can understand that it's not because it's not endemic to horror itself. And Robert Englund himself has said horror has been very, very good to me. Yeah, big time. Yeah. I heard this story. And how crazy that he became the modern Frankenstein. Being chased by the parents, Freddy Krueger was the the monster being chased by the torches and pitchforks, and now he's in that pantheon. Yeah. Oh man. That's an interesting way of looking at it, of calling that. Wow. What a great documentary. And now our watch has ended. Whew. So, this was a marathon. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. I'm almost at a loss for words. I greatly enjoyed this. Let me get to my closing thoughts regarding this before we end off, I should say. I just want to touch on very briefly on the filmography of Robert Englund. His top horror cameos, well, to me, Legend represents a way to do it wrong because it's just a generic slasher film. And it's not really anything to that particular role. With all due respect to Robert Englund, it's not the performance; it's the way it was scripted. Wishmaster, on the other hand, is the way to do it right, except for his death scene. But I'll be going into more detail with that in a bit. But let me see his top horror roles. So, to me, his narration role is the best part of the Netflix Choose or Die film that came out last year. It's a horror movie based on a video game, or not a horror movie based on a video game. It is a story where the plot is very much like a video game. I never, like I've said, I never saw The Mangler or his Phantom of the Opera or the Goldbergs Halloween episode with Freddy, but watching this really does make me want to watch those. Absolutely. Maybe if I have time this weekend, just because my schedule's been so hectic, I will get to that. I do wish he had more of a role in the Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. And hey, you wouldn't believe this. I meant to tell this story when Tramadon was here, but among his voice acting credits was his role as a Batman villain in one of the Dark Knight's Caped Crusader animated series. And if you're saying to yourself, what, Freddy Krueger played the Scarecrow? Unfortunately, sorry, you're making too much sense. They had him play the Riddler in the cartoon that was just called The Batman. So they finally got it right when he voiced the Scarecrow in Injustice 2. But yeah, the Riddler for some reason, I don't understand that connection. But yeah, it would. Oh my God, it would have been. And again, you don't want to pigeonhole someone, but it would have been an opportunity for him to bring a different type of mentality or a different type of how can I put this? For Robert Englund to play the Scarecrow would afford him the luxury of playing a different type of Master of Fear, and a different, apart from Freddy, as well as I think would have served as a nice challenge for him to like really provide the definitive Scarecrow for Batman, because it's weird that we've yet to see that. We've had the Arkham games, we've had the Dark Knight trilogy, we've had the animated series, but we've yet to have like a Mark Hamill of the Scarecrow. But unfortunately, that was not meant to be. Maybe one day. So moving on. Let me just close out the totem pole. Okay, so let me see. After this biopic, after the Living with Chucky documentary, which I encourage everyone to watch, we did a watch party of that. After the In Search of Darkness trilogy, guys, if it ain't been shown before, this retrospective proves that the 80s is undefeated. I mean, I don't even think that can even be disputed. The number of directors that cut their teeth in the 80s. The number of actors and icons that came out of that decade. I mean, Jesus, we even brought along writers such as Stephen King. We even had makeup effects people like Stan Winston, like the late great Stan Winston, like Rick Baker, Monster Maker, Thriller. I mean, the 80s is just there's I pray for a decade to come for the genre that's even half as good, but with performers, with artists, with legends such as a Robert Englund. It really does go to show how majestic that decade was. One point I want to make before we close out. So as not to sound repetitive with my talking points that I've said before, allow me to exemplify what I mean when I say horror doesn't take care of its own. Obviously, if you have a talent such as a Robert Englund, you don't want him playing the same type of role over and over again, pigeonholing him within one genre, this being horror. But when you have a Brad Dourif or when you have a Tony Todd, and they have that level of talent and like, how can I put it? They can like stand out from other actors and stand out from the roles that they're most known for. You can absolutely, because they have diversity of their skill, you can absolutely put them in different roles and have them shine. For instance, have Doug Bradley narrate a film. Can you imagine a twisted fairy tale read to you by none other than Pinhead from Hellraiser? Imagine a creature that terrorized Brad Dourif, manipulating him to its will. That description again? Can you imagine how it would elevate a movie monster's profile if it puppeteered Chucky himself and it was pulling his strings? Like I said before, the best example that we have of this is Wishmaster, where the evil genie killed Freddy Krueger, Candyman, and Jason Voorhees. But that's a story for another time. So, what is on the scene as far as the Mind's Eye is concerned? I do ask that everyone subscribe to my Clips channel, Mind's Eye Incisions, as well as my Rumble, which is the same handle as my main YouTube page, Mind's Eye Inkarnate. Let's see. So last week I did a live stream of the playable demo for Alone in the Dark. I am going to be getting back to my my live streaming this Friday. This Friday, I will be celebrating 2 years of my live stream that called the Scream Stream for Mind Games. I do ask that you tune in for that. We're going to be giving away a SteelSeries PS4, PS5 headset. So that's what I have cooking as far as coming attractions. Well, before I get to that, additionally, what's on the scene for the Mind's Eye. So me and Trauma, I did a gut reaction to the Boogeyman trailer that I dropped last Friday. On Saturday, when me and Traumadom watched the movie, we did a precaution aftershock. So that's when we do a live stream, giving our predictions of whatever film we're about to watch, and then doing a wrap-up afterwards. So be sure to take a look at those. And like I mentioned, this Friday, I will be doing in order to celebrate my 2-year anniversary of the Scream stream, I'm going to be playing Returnal on PS5. And I'll be doing a giveaway of the SteelSeries PS4, PS5 headset. So, when next you join the Mind's Eye, I will check with Traumadom. I think that we're going to treat June as a catch-up month. We haven't seen Terrifier 2 yet. We haven't watched Cocaine Bear. And there is something... we're going to be watching, in non-horror news, we're going to be watching the Flash movie next week. But also next week will be... The Blackening. I'm actually looking forward to that. But let me see. I thought that I had this jotted down as far as what else was on the schedule for watch parties in June. Let's see. No. Besides that, I don't have anything listed. How strange. I thought that I had at least one other watch party, but apparently not. So June looks pretty open. So what we're going to do is we will keep all of you, we'll keep you in the know. Oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry. So the FPS documentary does not come out on digital in June. It'll actually be coming out in August, so I'll wait for that. So, Black Mirror, that was the other big one that I wanted to touch on. So that will have season 6 of Black Mirror will have 5 episodes, debuting June 15th. So I might do watch parties of those. We'll see. So that's pretty much it. I do ask that you come back to join me to celebrate the Scream Stream 2-year anniversary this Friday. I genuinely hope that you enjoyed this watch party. Just watching Robert Englund's talent, the love that he has for the genre, the respect of his peers, the love that he has for the fans, and the impact that he was able to give. Like, watching all that from him, his passion, his genuineness. I see so much more of him as Robert Englund the man than just, you know, the guy that played Freddy. So I hope that everyone enjoyed this watch party. I hope that you will be, much like me, you'll be buying this when it comes out on Blu-ray. So that's pretty much it for this watch party. So you make sure to mark your calendars and say your prayers. I've been Inkarnate, offering a word of caution. Fear the worst, so long you recognize who's best. You're resigned to your fate? Time to subscribe to your fears.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.